Hey, what's up, people? My name is Manuel Gardner Fernandes from the band called Unprocessed. I'm currently in Taipei, and you're watching YSOLIFE.
Hello， 大家好，欢迎收看《乐手潮》这一集的节目，我是今天的主持人 John。在我旁边是一个有弹吉他应该都很熟悉的吉他手。I'm trying to pronounce the name correctly, Manuel Gardner Fernandes.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so like you just did a clinic in Taiwan yesterday, and your band, like the whole band, actually performed in Taiwan back in February. Unprocessed.
Yes.
So how was the experience for you so far?
That was great. The Taipei show was, I think, the first Asian show we ever did. I think that was the one right after the Australian shows.
Right.
So that one will always have a special one in my heart because like it was the first Asian show we ever did and it was sold out and you know it was packed. It was incredible.
That'll be our honor.
Yeah, so that was really, really nice.
Did you get to check out the city at all last time?
A little bit. We checked out the area our hotel was in, but not too much. But you know, like we're just driving a little around, and I always like check it out, like from the window. So
right,
it's nice. I really like it.
So had a little bit of time this time around.
Yeah.
And then we all know, you know, for people that follow you, especially guitar players, you have a rather unique style of playing. You know, that's really percussive.
I try.
And then earlier on, your heroes are kind of like James Hetfield, right? So same as I.
Yeah.
And then you got into more of your funk style of playing with the rhythmic strumming and all that. So what was like some of your influences that went from like, you know, Hetfield to all the way?
Yeah, so Hetfield was like one of my first inspirations. After that, like Dimebag Darrell, and like all the typical metal elite stuff, I would say. And after that, I got like into more prog stuff because honestly, I think Periphery was like the first real like more, I would say, playing notes band that I was like really into because like before that I was like only into like traditional metal.
Right.
And then I checked like out like one video by Tosin Abasi, which was like playing an 8-string with, and I just loved it. And that was the reason why I bought an 8-string back in 2011, 2012.
I also play 8-string. Nowhere near as good as Tosin. It's kind of impossible. But my kind of 8-string hero was John Brown. From Monument.
Huge influence on my playing. Like without John Brown, I wouldn't have practiced so much like my down picking stuff.
Yeah, he has a really crazy right hand as well.
Yeah.
And then aside from playing the guitar, like you're also the guitarist in the band. You're also the vocalist of the band, right? So, and then you play everything at the same time, which to some people that's hard. So was that something that you were always able to do, or you kind of had to work on it?
I really had to work on it. The funny part about it is I didn't even want to sing at first, and I got kind of forced into it because we couldn't find a proper singer that was like doing both, like streaming and singing at that time. And I didn't even like sing that good, and I couldn't even stream, but I just like tried and learned it just for the band. And yeah, like after a few years, it just got like, you know, like a little bit better like for all the touring stuff.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
So you had to kind of really work on playing and singing at the same time as well?
Yeah, that came with like the rehearsals and touring. So what I do is I just practice the songs that I don't even have to think about like playing the guitar.
Right.
So I just like focus live on singing.
Yeah, and can you also share like the writing process with us? Like, do you kind of start with the vocal melody first, or that was kind of the guitar stuff first?
Barely. Majority of songs, like I would say 90% starts with like a riff, very old school. In front of my computer, my studio, just like, you know, jam around, produce something. I would say guitar first, 90%. Sometimes it's synth or like atmosphere, like soundscapes, which is first, but that's pretty rare, yeah.
And when it comes to alt-tiring signatures, because there are some in your songs.
Sometimes.
Yep. So what kind of, are there any tricks for you to like count them?
Honestly, I think every unprocessed song is in 4/4 or even like some are like in 3/4. So there are like not really odd time signatures in there, but that's the that's the secret. Like we sometimes pretend to be, it's like really hard, but it's not. It's like everything is 4/4.
Okay.
So, and the click also is like 4/4. Just the weird rhythmic patterns sometimes. But yeah, at the end, everything is 4/4.
Okay. And then you just released your signature guitar not long ago, obviously.
Yeah.
But before that, you have been playing Ibanez for a long time.
Yeah.
So what was the reason that kind of gravitated you towards Ibanez in the first place?
I think I bought my first Ibanez in, was it 2010?
Okay.
It was a white RG 6-string with Floyd Rose. It got stolen, unfortunately, in Milano at a festival in 2019. So yeah, that was really sad. But no, like I'm an Ibanez guy since then, because even back then it had like that twang that I was like searching for.
Right.
So it was insane. It was like a metal guitar plus like a Strat in a way. So I really liked the sound of it. After that, I think I bought like a Stratocaster, like my first Stratocaster in 2018, which was like a green, what was the company? I can't remember, but this what like that was the guitar I played in the Abandoned music video. And right after that, luckily I got the Ibanez deal, so I had my AZ, my blue one. That was the first guitar that Ibanez sent me.
And because like one of the things I find rather interesting is that your signature guitar, which is a 6-string, right?
Yeah.
Based on Q series, which you mentioned at the clinic yesterday.
Yeah.
But live, or I've seen a lot of the previous live clips, you also use a lot of your RG8. Yeah. So how are you managing, the signature being an 6-string and then having songs in 8 strings?
Yeah, so like for all the 6-string songs, currently I'm using my signature. Oh my God, these looks beautiful. And no, for like the 8-string stuff, I'm using my my 8-string, my golden custom one, which I love. But yeah, like we have like loads of 6-string songs, but like right now it's festival season, and most of the time like we're playing the heavy stuff, and the heavy stuff is with the 8-string. So yeah, unfortunately, like the 6-string guitar is only with like I think 2 songs in the set.
Right.
But yeah.
So maybe the next step.
I would love to have like a signature 8-string guitar.
Yeah. So speaking of signature guitar, so how did that chance come about?
Yeah, honestly, just with my great relationship with the Ibanez guys. I signed to Ibanez in the beginning of 2020, so it's not that long ago. So I was kind of surprised, honestly, because in my opinion, like I'm a kind of like a new one at the Ibanez rooster, vision for like the guitar. And I think I did a great job. So that's why I got my signature.
So when it comes to designing your signature guitar, what was kind of your thought process and what you wanted and stuff like that? Well, again, you shared some of the ideas behind your signature guitar during your clinic last night, right? For people who didn't attend the clinic. Yeah. So could you just kind of tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I was in constant contact with the Ibanez Japan team. We right away knew that it was going to be a cube.
Okay.
Because this is like what is currently like hype and modern, and this is what like Ibanez also like want to represent, especially for like the younger generation. And it's really nice to have this on a stage because I can jump around and do stuff, and it's like not waiting anything, which is awesome. And in terms of color scheme and design, I think my first idea was, of course, like having the gold stuff in it. And I think 2 years ago, Ibanez and I designed something like with a gold and a light rosé, like a pink one. But we decided to go with black because it's just an all-time classic in a way. And it's kind of like retro meets modern. And I was like very hard in contact, especially with Tomo, to like design that. So like he also did a great job on doing that. And he came up with the idea of like having the red on
the sides,
on the sides and like behind. So yeah, shout out to Tomo.
And when it comes to your pickup choices, well, you have a lot of stuff that kind of uses single coils, and which you can split.
Absolutely.
But the idea behind having like them in humbuckers is because you still want the heavy stuff.
Absolutely. So the reason why we did that was like for the heavy stuff, and like, you know, I'm still having fun playing pinch harmonics. I need the humbucker style and I need that position.
Right.
And sometimes for like even leads, you know, to go like with a Dimebag Darrell style, I just need that to get this metal crunch. Most of the time, but though, like I'm playing with the fourth position, so to get like this tread, twangy sound. So it's an all-rounder, and it's not even heavy to like achieve the sound you want to achieve.
And then you once said that, you know, in the earlier days of your career, you said you've actually never bought any guitar pedals. Mm-hmm. So do you have any like pedals still?
I do have pedals in my studio, I think 6 or 5. And these were like all gifts. But I tried like all of them. But you know, like, I don't know, I'm a digital guy when it comes to like effects. But I switched sides to the amp situation currently because I'm using real amps, like tubes. I mean, not really real amps, I'm using Synergy.
Okay, yeah.
So with like the modules.
Still analog.
Yeah, but like still tubes, you know?
Yeah, of course.
So.
Which modules?
Currently I'm using the 2CP. Okay. This is also the tone I was creating during the everything in between studio process. And I'm using it for the new singles, using it for like everything. And that we also captured on the Quad Cortex to have this live. So like the tone is exactly the studio tone, which is amazing.
So you mentioned last night that for some weird reason that you were not able to bring your Quad Cortex.
Yeah.
But otherwise, that's kind of your main effects processor, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know, not only your playing style is rather unique, your tone is pretty unique as well. So you shared some of the secrets. Yeah. Again, at the clinic last night. But once again, for the people in front of the screen, you know, can you share some of how you approach those like tones?
Yeah. So for 8-string, I think this is like the most asked tone question. Like I go with like the 2CP module by Synergy with like which has a very low gainy sound to it.
It's all in hands.
Yeah, it's like I really have to like play. Yeah. Like I'm fighting for life, to like get this tone out of it. It's kind of hard to play, like especially like live, but it's the tone I'm aiming for. Like really aggressive but percussive. In that case, you can hear everything. Like when you play a chord, you really can hear like every string. So it's that style. And for like the clean stuff, also the 2CP module by Synergy. Back in the day, I was using a lot of compression. Mm-hmm. Not anymore, because it's just the way certain things sound. Even with like the tapping harmonics, I was using a ton of compression back in the day with like 50% like the high octave up, you know, but not anymore. I think it's more earthy in a way now.
But that means it's also harder.
It is. But you know.
So it pushes you to improve, just again, like you mentioned last night.
And it's like the guitars, like it's 50% the guitars itself.
Right.
So yeah.
And if it comes to one effect that you absolutely cannot live without, which would that be?
One effect.
Yes. Or if you really, really have to choose, maybe just like, you know, a few, one or two. Because I was guessing compressor, but you said that you don't use it anymore.
No. It's fine. Like compressor is fine. The effect that is not out there yet, I would say. The stuff sometimes I do with like the pitching down glitchy effect. I do in Ableton. Yeah. I think I could not live with that.
Okay.
But if like a real effect would be the answer, I probably would say reverb.
Okay. So can we expect, since you work on Neural DSP anyway, can we expect a new collaboration between you two? And then, because you know, like Tim Henson has a multi-voicer. Yeah. Right. So would that be a possibility that they would, you know, say, hey, if it's something that you're missing, we can make it and put it into the Quad Cortex in the future?
Not with Neural DSP.
Oh. So is that something we can keep in the film then?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
No, but like I'm very good friends with Neural DSP, right. And I love everyone. But there are like so many legendary guitarists that kind of like work with them now. So like I'm a little fish now.
Right.
In comparison to like all the big heroes, they're doing great things though.
So something we can look forward to? Sounds
Absolutely.
like it's in the works already.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're considered like an icon, one of the icons in modern guitar playing, right? So what other guitarists do you think are kind of breaking the boundaries and stuff like that at the moment? I'll name one first because like I think this name comes up a lot recently, like Spyro.
Yeah, I actually wanted to say that. That Spyro guy, I actually wanted to hit him up yesterday. I was like, yo, can you just teach me that? So I'm gonna hit him up. I'm gonna slide into his DMs and ask him. I wouldn't consider him like a guitar hero in that case because he's like more into production, but like RJ Payson is like doing great stuff now. Like he's doing great. Like he's doing great with TikTok and like all the producers and like songs he's currently involved in. But other than that, there's this one guy, he's doing the thumping and like rapping at the same time.
Rapping.
Ando-san. He's like an American guitarist.
Okay.
So it's like doing the thumping stuff and like rapping.
Wow.
Check that guy out. He's amazing.
And then, last question to wrap things up. If you are to make a suggestion to new players about improving, and if you can only recommend one thing, one technique or idea or anything like that, what would it be and why?
Start with the basics, because I'm seeing a lot of younger people just straightly jumping into like the weird techniques like tapping and thumping and stuff like that. So they like skip so many levels of the guitar itself.
Right.
I would always suggest like start with the basics, play like simple songs and get a feeling for like the guitar itself and like timing in the song itself. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that wraps up the interview.
Oh.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
好，那我们非常谢谢跟 Manuel Gardner Fernandes 的访问。好，那如果对他本人还有他的乐团 Process 有兴趣的话，那就不要错过他们的社群，也希望多多关注乐手的频道。我们下次见，拜拜。